The Supreme Court gutting the Voting Rights Act, Section 2, and essentially allowing red states to gerrymander away every black district, every majority minority district in their states. And they're wasting absolutely no time in doing that. It took Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn less than an hour before she posted an image of a redistricted Tennessee that had 0 Democratic districts and split the current black majority districts into parts of 5 other districts. Republicans are saying this is their path to a permanent majority. They're not hiding it anymore. They want to take those 75 districts covered by Section 2 and just get rid of them. I mean, Brian, where does this end?
Well, we know where it ended last time. It was a 4-year war with more deaths than we've ever seen in this country before or since in any war. In fact, the accumulated deaths in the Civil War are more than all the other wars combined. Will we see that this time? God, I hope not. But what I do know that we'll see this time is if you put that infographic back up and take a look at that, that is the former
let's throw it up.
Confederate. That's the former Confederacy, and they're trying to reform the Confederacy. Whether they split from the rest of the United States or not, I don't know. But what they have condemned themselves to is what is the biggest problem in this country: ignorance, no health care, no education, and a lot of crime. And that is going to be one of the few places on earth where no one will go for any type of vacation. So you're going to see continuing spiraling down, and the Republicans will have no one to thank for that but themselves. And I got news for you, Max.
Yeah.
There is no guarantee that will guarantee the Republicans gain 12 more seats and get rid of the Democrats. They're assuming that those seats that they consider safe now will always be safe. And that's not the case. If they're, what the Democrats need is to construct a good narrative in the South about what the problems are. The Republicans only owned the South after the Civil War because they were the progressives. The Democrats are now the progressives. If the Democrats can conceive of and dedicate themselves to and go Pilgrim and go out there and talk to the people, then they'll win back those districts. If there are those who are around who understand how to craft a narrative. But right now, the Republicans are not only showing their arrogance, but their ignorance, because they're not investing in the future. They're destroying it. We're going to see continuing spiraling down of economic, educational, and healthcare in those states. And by God, that it does not portend well for the rest of the United States.
And the mask off nature of this is what terrifies me. We have a comment in here from Nathan Mason, who says they're trying to cull the herd and nationalize companies. And it is a great strategy if you're going to make things so expensive people can't afford anything and they don't like you. Make it really hard for them to vote so they can't show you, to the point where Louisiana announced yesterday that it is canceling an election that's currently happening. People have already voted. They're going to void all those votes, redraw the districts, and then tell the voters to try again and maybe get a better answer this time. I mean, that's not democracy at all.
No, that's totalitarianism. That's republicanism. That's the moron who's the Speaker of the House saying we need to keep the adults in charge, when he acts like he was always picked last for kickball. He didn't get a date to the prom. He couldn't even play kiss his cousin or kiss his sister. This is a guy who absolutely has no understanding of how Americans operate. And once the Americans in the South, and that I predict a bit of an uprising there, because people don't like to be told how to live their life, which is what the Republicans have now done dramatically, which is why they've lost Alex Jones, which is why they've lost Marjorie Taylor Greene, because those people went for Trump and the Republicans based on the idea that they were the best to make sure that you could live your life the way you want to. And now they're telling them you're living your life the way we want you to. And that's why they've lost them. And there are members of Congress who are aware of it. And I know Republican members of Congress who would vote for impeachment and conviction if it were a secret ballot. The Republicans are cutting their nose to spite their face in the Supreme Court and in the executive branch. And in Congress, there are two, I want to say a word I won't use, I'll say cowardly. They are too cowardly to vote the courage of their convictions. And that hurts the country. And that's why you're seeing the South the way it is.